Dai, I have to tell you. You might think I'm not 9 feet tall, but damn it, I believe it on the inside, and because I identify as 9 feet tall, I am 9 feet tall! Now I can date the Ari Village vampire in peace.
Wait.
Our heights match. Oh shit, we're back on Bleach, aren't we? Just forget that last part. Okay, we got lots of silly fillers, the clone arc, and everything in between.
And you.
And even a man with a woman's name, because that's not silly. What?
I'm gonna...
Okay.
Don't mind him, he's just racist against French people.
What? Don't even joke. I love French people. French people are cool.
You keep making fun of their names.
I make fun of everyone's names. I make fun of my name. Come on. I want 1 million Elvis puns in the comments. But alright. So here with Bleach. Episodes 311 to 327. Just defeated Aizen, and Ichigo's slowly losing his powers. So how do we follow up with that? Go-Go Caracarizer is back. And the episode opens with a Tuxedo Mask parody named Michelle, voiced by Matt Mercer. I know you're saying he's supposed to be French, but I mean, he's not even sounding remotely French.
When they pronounce the name that way, that's what they mean by that.
Yeah, but everyone loves him. He's a hero amongst heroes, and even saved Cone from getting devoured by Hollow. But we also see that he's working for the Colleen O'Shaughnessy on car from last time during this Caracarizer nonsense.
Literally in his wiki bio it says unnamed or on car. They literally don't have a name.
Yeah, you all remember the one that Chizuru did doggy style attack to? What? Am I the only one who remembers that for research reasons?
Mm-hmm. In your air quotes.
Anyway, Cone doesn't believe that this man is actually all he seems, and he's surprised that the rest of the Caracarizer team all love him. Even Chizuru wants the D, and he's like, what? Do you see this picture of Orihime I have? And she's like, yeah, she's a cute girl and all, but, I mean, she's a girl and I'm a girl. I'm not interested. I want Michelle. And Cone literally is like, what? Are you sick?
Yeah.
Anyway, this eventually leads up to shockers. Michelle ends up betraying them after giving them a gift. Wasn't it some sort of cape that lets them fly or something, but it drains their spirit energy?
No, it was just a cape. It was merch.
What the fuck was the point of it then? I thought it'd give them some sort of special thing. Because, yeah, even Keiko's like, man, I could fly with this thing. Remember?
He was just saying that.
I hate you, Yosuke. Not Yosuke.
100% Yosuke.
Anyway. The only one who didn't wear the merch was Cone, because Cone never trusted him. So him and Cone end up having a one-on-one fight to the death. Where Cone ends up breaking his hypnotic thing. Oh, so Michelle turns into a Minotaur Hollow, I guess.
Thingy. Who cares?
And the only reason Cone wasn't hypnotized is because he's a mod soul. I hope you guys like Cone, because he's getting a lot of this arc coming up. Anyway.
At least there's no Kuroto.
Thank fuck. And then watch, he's gonna show up in the next set just to taunt us. But yeah, so the day is saved. Chizuru makes a comment saying, man, I can't believe I was ever in love with Orihime. In fact, I fell for a man of all things. Just Damn it, Chizuru.
Yeah, that about sums it up.
And they make a teaser of the Colleen O'Shaughnessy Iran car thinking up her next scheme, which, memory serves, this never gets followed up again. So, yay.
I'm sure people are devastated.
I'm devastated. I'm gonna miss the Kartika Riser team, man. I mean, we got Tatsuki and Orinu interacting again, because, you know, 2 Wendy Lees isn't dumb.
It's highly intelligible.
Oh, you want intelligence? It's okay, because the next filler is a one-off about Maurizio. Hey, this one was amazing, and you know it. First, he saves Shota, voiced by Bryce Papenbrook.
You're gonna get some mileage out of these tags.
Okay, so, I mean, everyone knows Bryce, Meliodas from Seven Deadly Sins. Oh, fuck, Season 4 is coming up. No, no, no!
Animation.
Happy thoughts. Okay, Makoto from Danganronpa, Nagito from that series too, and Eren Yeager from AOT. There we go. Okay.
How's Makoto a happy thought? He's a basic bitch.
Because I would rather that than go back to Seven Deadly Sins any day of the week. Anyway, so he saves him, and tells him, he's like, I'm captain of the Stealth Force, Maurizio Maida, yeah! I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Stealth Force, you just said Squad 2.
Yeah. So, Bryce obviously admires him. It's like, man, he's so cool! We also see Bryce steal something from a hollow cave. Sure, that's not going to be relevant later. Anyway, him and his friends, who pretty sure one of them is Michael Saint or Nicholas. Either that or, I mean, you're saying it is. Could also be Sam Riegel. I don't fucking know. These people, this one doesn't even have a Wikia page or anything. So, do you care? Do I care? I really don't. Bryce's the only one that's relevant. Anyway, Ichigo and Yoruichi stumble upon them trying to get into the Soul Society to thank Maurizio properly. And they have to get past Jirambo, who I think is still JB Blanc here. And, yeah, Yoruichi helps get them through to basically smooth the things over. And while they're in the Soul Society, they fill Ichigo and Yoruichi in on the story of how Maurizio, the captain of Squad 2, saved them. And it's Yoruichi, so she goes along with the bullshit lie and convinces everyone else to as well. So Ikaku, Yumichika, who they run into, and even Rangiku all have to go along with it. Such things as, actually, yeah, didn't Soifun try ordering Maurizio to clean the bathrooms or something? Or no, it was clean Soul Society, right?
Yeah,
because he got back late. Yeah, because
fat.
Well, because he got back late from saving Bryce from the Hollows or whatever. And yeah.
He's always late, though.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. She's like, a likely story. But, yeah, he ends up running into Bryce, and that's what starts this whole thing. The captain! And then it all comes to a head when Soifun shows up, and is about to out him when Yoruichi convinces Soifun to... Yep, it convinces her to go along with it. And the Bryce thing is like, how dare you talk to your captain like this? How dare you talk to Maurizio in such a way? You show him some respect. He shouldn't be cleaning. You should be cleaning. And Maurizio takes this for all it's worth by forcing Soifun to give him a massage, give him tea and shit. But sadly, it doesn't work out for Maurizio in the end. The Iran car that Bryce stole the shit from appears.
Did you just say Iran car?
Is it an Iran car or Hollow? It could talk. I thought only Iran cars could talk. I guess Grant Fisher could talk.
Do you need a slap?
Yeah, that's true. Never mind.
Yes, just Grand Fisher.
I mean, this hollow
like
was talking.
Kai?
This hollow was talking in more coherent speech than a lot of the other silly ones, though, that we've seen. Because that's why I probably thought it was an Iran-car. That and we're still allegedly in the Iran-car arc.
Most of them talk. The generic jobbers are the ones that don't talk.
This one might as well have been a generic jobber if you think about it. Anyway, fine. Hollow code. Whatever the fuck. Shows up right after Bryce hears the truth about Ikaku being like, that stupid Morechio make us pretend he's a captain. And kick his ass for this later. And, yeah, the Hollow gets ready to attack Bryce for stealing its thing that makes it more powerful or something. I don't even know what the fuck it was.
Just say it was an egg.
Sure. And Morechio shows up. It's like, I'm gonna fight you one-on-one. I'm faster than you, even though I'm a fat ass, yeah. And he even ends up using a Keto that blinds himself and the Hollow. Bryce is like, man, this Morechio guy is kind of shit, he lied. And Ichigo, of course, being there, gives him a pep talk like, well, just because he's not a captain doesn't mean he still isn't your hero, right? He saved your life, yo. So, Bryce learns the value of what a hero means in the end of the day, as Morechio is able to defeat the Hollow. Oh, and get punished by Soifone afterwards, because Soifone is, well, extremely pissed. Don't think anyone can really blame her this time. So, did you have fun with this stupid filler die? Especially with Yoruichi being a troll? What?
Yeah. Oh wait, I've seen worse, though. It's not. Why him, of all people, to get it a focus?
I don't know. Oh, and just because before I forget, yes, I know, someone brought this up as a comment or whatever. I know about the Yoruichi line last time. You know, the one where Aizen goes, your legs are really special. It's just because you top out my legs. People wanted us to bring that line up for some reason, because of how silly it sounds. Well, there. You don't have to ask. Anyway. Yoruichi's gone for now. Because now we have an Ikaku filler. Kind of. Squad 11 filler? Anyway. With Ichigo and Renji, who are totally not brothers, that joke still works here, doesn't it? You know, with them fighting in Kendo. And them basically arguing over who won the most and who lost the most.
You lost.
But during this, they see someone being treated like crap in Squad 11 named Seizo, whose name they say 8,000 times this episode, I guarantee it. I mean, seriously, even you were complaining about that. Anyway, it's Tony Oliver again. But yeah. I always thought Ukiura was dead. I guess he survived. And became Squad 11's gopher. Well, Ichigo is curious and starts asking around, and it turns out he joined Squad 11 when Ikaku did. And he used to be really powerful, but Hollow stole...
Gave him the sock.
Yeah, stole his abilities. And...
Stole his spiritual energy.
Yeah, so he's very weak now. And because of that, he's going to be departing from Squad 11 very soon. Because he's like, I can't fight anymore. There's no point. I'm in Squad 11. And that's the combat squad, man. So to give Seizo a pick-me-up... MK Defenders of the Realm, really?
Yeah.
Anyway... Ichigo challenges Seizo to a contest, saying, if I win, then you have to take on Ikaku one last time, because even if it's hopeless, you can't just give up. That's a pussy move. And if you win, then I'll back off. And the challenge is who can clean laundry the fastest, because again, Seizo's basically the chore guy now. And Ichigo gets his ass kicked at it.
As Ichigo tends to do.
He even jobs at doing laundry. Damn, Ichigo, is there anything you don't lose at least once? Anyway, it's like, well, you beat me today. I guess I'll try again tomorrow. Because I said I'd back off. I never said for how long, did I? He didn't say that last part, but I mean, if you think about it, Ichigo kind of slimed dick on that one. But yeah. This all builds up to a Hollow attacking when Seizo is basically by himself with other Squad 11 jobbers. And him thinking, so this is how I'm gonna go out, huh? No! I can't give up! Ichigo taught me to never give up! And Ikkaku shows up to save him, so him and Ikkaku could fight together one last time. Which Ikkaku is happy to see his old friend come back after years of being, I guess a bitch this whole time. Anyway, after defeating the Hollows, Seizo still quits Squad 11. Which, did he really need to?
Yes.
I mean, he still could have stuck around. Is it because he's a filler character and he'll never be heard from again?
Exactly.
I mean, hey, this filler was alright.
He's
Gave
going
more...
off to the filler landfill.
You mean with the Travis Soul Reaper that Rukia promised to one day come back and save?
Who?
Exactly. You know, Menos Forest, that dude. I remember his name, his old, an old so-and-so, yeah. His name's Jim, right? That sounds like a very Lebanese name.
Yeah, that checks out.
Anyway, now we have another Cone filler. You thought we were joking about Cone getting a lot of action this time, huh?
It's what everyone wanted.
It is, because fuck you, Blizzard. Oh, I'm sorry. Like anyone needs a reason to say fuck Blizzard, right? Anyway.
Indeed.
So a new neighbor moves next door to Ichigo that Cone falls in love with, and she's voiced by Julianne Taylor again. I'm sure it won't... this will be the last time we hear from her in the near future, right?
Yeah. Don't get your hopes up. Your shoes might get dirty.
What?
Nothing.
Anyway... Ichigo remarks about how he's getting strange looks from all the other neighbors around, because apparently Cone was caught peeping on them. Damn it, Cone. And he's forced to unfortunately let Cone back into his body because a Hollow shows up as him and Rukia rush off. And Cone runs into the Julianne Taylor thingy, whose name I don't even fucking remember. Does it matter? Anyway, she could see ghosts. She saw Ichigo rushing off.
Holy shit, Ichigo's flying.
Anyway, upon running into Cone, Cone finds out she wants to commit Sudoku because she got dumped by a fat ass. Yeah, this filler is really fucking stupid. Because apparently the guy's like, oh, you made all my food for me. You can see ghosts? That's fucking weird. I'm out, yo.
Yeah, that checks out.
So...
Ghosts are weird.
Yeah. She ends up running off from Cone because she's all sad, depressed. And she's like, I'm just done. And that's when a Hollow shows up, voiced by Kirk Thornton. Oh, I guess we should mention Narrator Kun was back for the Kartaku Riser episode, but now Narrator Kun is dead again. So, yeah, Kirk Thornton's all like, oh, you want to die, right? Well, just sit right there, it's cool. And that's when Cone shows up to save her, telling her, yeah, life is bullshit, but it's also precious. I've been through PS2, alright? I was a soul candy. Okay, he didn't say that last part, but you'll get the idea. And, yeah. After saving her from the Hollow, turns out her ex-boyfriend, the fat ass, shows up, who's now possessed by the Hollow. A lot of Hollow possessions going on.
Yeah.
It's just like the common ability for Hollows to have. Anyway,
Yes.
he then possesses her and forces her to attack Cone.
I mean, it's clearly new and hasn't been done before, especially not in something like a movie or anything. No.
Oh, you mean Fade to Bacon?
No,
That's the same, right? Oh, I don't know.
You're just making it sound silly.
Anyway, Cone is able to knock the Hollow out of her, and it's in its true form, which was just generic Hollow monster.
I mean, it looks like a generic parasite.
Because I love how they make comments too, like whenever a Hollow possessed someone. It was in one of these stories where they're like, it was a new type of Hollow. Like, what?
Clearly not.
What the fuck? How? No, it's not. How? What about the one that possessed Kain all the way back during Rukia's backstory? That one technically did the same thing.
But you see, that's where you're wrong. Because you're trying to remember that. So you need to shut up.
Anyway, Cone gets knocked into Soul Candy form and has a bitchin' filter while he's in it, which... Has he been able to talk while in that form before?
Yes.
I honestly
No.
can't remember, to be honest.
Maybe.
I don't... Well,
Probably.
Ichigo and Rukia show up to save him before he could get eaten by the Hollow. And the episode ends with Julianne Taylor getting back with the fat-ass ex-dude and Cone literally getting cocked. It is like, what? How does this make sense? I'm the hero of the story, damn it! Well, Cone, that's life for you. I'm sorry, man. This filler was fucking stupid. And your enjoyment will only come out of if you love stupid or not.
Yeah, so if you hate him, then you won't enjoy it.
Well,
Wait.
now I've got a more slightly serious filler. With Yachiru, of all characters, that's actually really different. So, Yachiru, ends up running into an old Soul Reaper friend she used to know named Mazuyoshi, voiced by Todd Abercorn? What the hell is he doing here now? How is it with him and Bryce? They're wasting them on these one-off characters. Anyway, do we really need to tell you guys who Todd Abercorn is? Do we need to say any more than Natsu from Fairy Tail?
Oh please, don't talk about those nothing roles. He is the zombies in the
Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake.
And I guess those Lycans.
Yeah, I heard he might have voiced some of the Lycans in RE Village, which if that's true, that's kind of amazing too.
Oh no, he 100% did. He's in the credits.
Oh, that's fucking great. But
Not
yeah.
like he's making any different noise.
But yeah. He's also Shikadai in Boruto. If you want a more recent role too, I guess. And a bunch of other things. But yeah. So apparently his wife was murdered by a Hollow, and because of that he hates Hollows and wants to kill them all. He ends up...
Generation.
What?
What?
Well, he ends up saving a girl from the Hollows named Mayu, voiced by someone else this is their only role in Bleach, again.
Yeah.
What?
As you do.
She is voiced by Danielle Judovitz, or Tenten from Naruto. Or Naru
okay.
from... What? I was getting to the other ones.
Clearly the most relevant Naruto.
Okay, fine. Yes, we think Tenten is useless. We always have.
Thing.
Seriously, her debut was jobbing to Tamari. I know someone's like, well, she did stuff before that. Was it ever relevant? Anyway.
God.
I mean, hey, she's Naru in the Sailor Moon Viz dub. And she was ad voices in the first Toy Story movie.
Okay, you've
What?
already got it dumb enough. We haven't even gotten past the one-off fillers.
Okay, fine. This is just the last thing for all the 1010 fans out there. Okay? She was Big Patty in the Hey Arnold cartoon. Which, side tangent, yes, that cartoon does surprisingly still hold up really well. But anyways, so next time you see...
Unlike most of these Nick shows, it's got a sequel movie. There, that's more recent.
So next time you guys see 1010, think of her as a land whale. Yeah, makes you 1010 fans happy, doesn't it? Anyway.
There are 1010 fans?
So he ends up saving her, she ends up slowly falling for him. Yachiru tries offering him sweets, and he's like, oh, I hate sweets. Which is weird, because in her flashback at the Soul Reaper Academy, he used to love sweets.
Oh, that's weird.
And, yeah, she talks to Kenpachi about it. Kenpachi's like, are you sure you don't need me on this one? She's like, no, it's fine. I got this. So a bunch of more Hollows attack Mayu and Masayoshi, or Todd, whatever you want to call him, as they're hanging out getting closer. He kills all of them. Yachiru shows up and says there's one Hollow left. He's like, what? What are you talking about? Where's the Hollow? I have to kill the Hollow. Hollow. And that's what it's revealed. He was the Hollow the whole time, and he was the one who killed his wife. Which, this could have worked, and then they say this, because he was possessed by a Hollow. Literally one episode later, and we're using that plot point again? They almost had it. They could have said that this guy was a Hollow the whole time that devoured a Soul Reaper and had his memories and was confused or something.
Clearly recycling this came from the great minds that did the boat filler.
That boat filler in Shippuden was terrible. That is the primary reason. We're never doing a Naruto retrospective, by the way. That boat filler. Yep, it's the only reason.
It has nothing to do with the fact that the last 100 that the original goes past 100 episodes and it's all filler.
Anyway, so upon realizing this, Masayoshi just kind of dies. I don't even know what happened there. He realizes he's a Hollow, and it's like, I can't take it. Dead. What, do you have anything for that? I don't even understand.
You're not supposed to.
Yachiru is sad, Mayu's like, oh no, I fell in love with a Hollow Soul Reaper thing. And Yachiru says, it's fine, go find a visor. They're the same thing without the risks, except they job a lot. No, she didn't say any of that, but it would have been hilarious if she did.
Especially Ichigo. He likes to stand around talking in his mask.
Anyway, so that's how the filler ends. This one would have been alright if it was just sort of the stupid fucking parasite recycled plot point again. Parasitic hollows are a new type, you know. They're not very common. Could have fooled me.
Common enough, especially in fillers.
Well, now we have a Hitsugaya filler. With Hitsugaya and Karin.
It's a sequel to that.
Yep. Anyway, so Hitsugai and Karin are walking along, and they run into someone named Granny Haru, or that's what they call her, who has spiritual awareness and knows what Soul Reapers are and everything, and she's voiced by Kate Higgins. But don't we have Karin in this episode? Don't they talk to each other a lot?
No, that would be silly.
Fucking Studiopolis. Okay. Anyway.
Yes. Just ignore the different people they had in last episode. Pretend that it wasn't real.
Well, she's watching over a soul named Yosuke. Also, apparently, she had met Hitsugaya years ago when he first was signed to the world of the living. I guess back when he first became a Soul Reaper. But, yeah.
I guess.
So, Hitsugaya is going to stick around till Yosuke's wish comes true of wanting to see snow so he can exercise him properly. Even though he could easily just use Kyorimaru to make snow, but he makes a comment saying, no, using it that way wouldn't be proper. How? You are literally using it to do your job. What? Am I putting too much stock in these stupid fillers?
You just don't understand.
Okay. Anyway, Hitsugaya stays at Ichigo's house because Karin offers, and Yuzu keeps calling Hitsugaya Karin's boyfriend. This is where those shippers got this from, isn't it? It's not helped by the fact Ichigo literally is there and says, "Hey Toshido, who said you could date my sister?"
He was just fucking around.
Yeah, he even said it, like, Hitsugai has a flashback to it later. He's like, hey, I'm just messing with you. I couldn't resist. But seriously, you better watch over her. Anyway, yeah, so, honestly, that part was kind of hilarious. Oh no, Dai, do you ship them in the future? Are you one of those people?
I mean, if the choices are between that and Momo, then there's only one choice. And that's to stab Momo. Anyways.
What the fuck? Well, you find out Yosuke's past. Apparently, on a way to a ski resort, he got in a car accident and his parents are now dead, so he's like Batman. And his one
also died.
Yeah, and his parents moved on, but his parents moved on, but he didn't because he wants to see snow really badly. And yeah, it all leads up with Granny Haru falling ill because she was using her spiritual power to hold back Yosuke's transformation from becoming a hollow. But it doesn't work out. Yosuke becomes a hollow, and Hitsugaya must fight him and hesitate killing him. Even though there's... kind of bring up something that you're punished for remembering in this stupid filler. Dai, do you remember all the way back in Season 1 when Rukia tells Ichigo, you will learn as a Soul Reaper, exorcising a hollow is not the same as killing it. You are purifying the hollow so it can pass safely on to Soul Society. You are not murdering it. Hitsugaya, why are you hesitating, you dumb fuck?
And he's supposed to be a captain. God.
Anyway, Karin and Granny Haru end up breaking through to Yosuke for a few seconds, so he's able to move on peacefully. Karin and Granny Haru have a heart-to-heart where Karin's like, I'm gonna come over here all the time, let's be friends, because I want to be friends with myself.
What an asshole.
With the episode ending with Hitsugaya going, you know, maybe I should visit my grandmother while I still have time off. And that's how these one-off fillers end. God, these one-off fillers weren't as bad as the Sword Beast ones, but there was a lot of fuck-ups all over the place. If you remember continuity or, you know, the Parasitic Hollow shit. But who's ready for the Reigai clone arc? Unless you got anything to add about these stupid fillers.
Yeah, you took your time.
I know. Anyway. I wanted to get everything out there so we never have to talk about these fillers again. So let's move on to talking about filler arcs. Alright, so the Reigai arc.
Stupid.
It begins the right way. Everyone rebuilding after the Aizen thing. Apparently it's been 1 month. And it even opens up with Nanao and Rangiku having a heart-to-heart after doing some rebuilding in the world of the living. Because I guess they're trying to get Karakura Town back to normal after the shit that hit it. You know, when it was slapped with fake Karakura Town. But yeah, Nanao offers to help cheer Rangiku up, because Rangiku's been depressed with the whole death of Gin thing. A filler that remembers continuity? What?
I know that was brought up. We're never going to bring it up again for the rest of this filler.
Yeah, at least it was something. But upon trying to return to Soul Society, after cleaning part of the precipice or whatever, Seirete loses contact with them. Which is when we cut to Squad 12 as stuff is going on with a new character named Inaba, or Kagerosa, or whatever the fuck his name is, voiced by Cam Clark! Finally! It's Cam Clark!
Again.
It's someone different, I don't fucking care!
No, his name is Mr. Antag.
Oh yeah, it's like, man, who's the Antag of the arc? Oh, he's smirking in the background like an asshole.
They're just subtle about it. Is that? There's a dig across the face anyways, are you?
Well, yeah. So it turns out Rangiku and Nanao haven't been heard from in a full day. Something's going on.
Since their butterflies were murdered.
But upon returning, because they do end up showing up, they're like, what? We've only gone a couple of hours. And I was like, what? What the hell's going on? Something's weird. And Yamamoto then calls a captain's meeting and he's like, something is up with the precipice world. I am ordering Mayuri, Kenpachi to go investigate. Because Kenpachi and Mayuri clearly get along very well. They're not arguing during this meeting or anything.
Well, you see, he ordered them to get along. It's totally gonna work out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Byakuya, Renji, and Hitsugai are also ordered there as well. So, when they're in the precipice world investigating, Kenpachi and Mayuri immediately start arguing. Who didn't see that coming? You're an idiot, Yamamoto. I only have one arm. That means my brain is half the size. Yeah. So...
a rare genius, perhaps.
Anyway... something ends up going wrong in the precipice world, and everyone loses contact with Mayuri, Kenpachi, and the rest of the force sent in there.
No way.
But before we can get on with that, we gotta go to the world of the living! Where Ichigo and Rukia are hollow hunting while Koen's back in Ichigo's body. And, yeah, apparently they make a comment about Rukia doing a lot of the work to help Ichigo out so he doesn't expend all of his spiritual pressure, because, well, that's the plot point of the arc. He's losing control of it after the final Getsuga. Anyway.
Yeah.
Koen happens upon a naked, knocked-out girl in the street, because of course he does, as you do. He brings her back to Ichigo's house because that's what Koens do best. I mean, does it surprise you? It's Koen!
Yeah, that sounds like Koen.
Rukia senses nothing from her upon returning. Ichigo's freaking out. Rukia's like, well, it's weird. Even humans have some sort of spiritual pressure you could sense, but from this woman, I'm sensing nothing. Huh. Weird. Maybe we should go to Urahara's place to see what's going on. So, who's ready for more Urahara? I guess only slight exposition for this time, actually. And, yeah. Apparently, Urahara's telling them that there's some weird shit going on in the Precipice world. That Yoruichi went to Soul Society and was supposed to be back immediately, but hasn't returned yet. Also, Rukia was ordered to bring Ichigo to the Seirete. Nothing weird about that, right?
It's not weird.
Well, Kon wakes up at Ichigo's house because he fell asleep instead of watching over the girl like an idiot.
Classic Kon.
Yeah, well, hey, he ends up somewhat breaking through to her. We end up finding out that her name is Nozomi, and she's voiced by Julianne Taylor again.
See, I told you. Your shoes are starting to get really dirty.
Alright. But hey, it's Kon and Julianne Taylor forming some sort of relationship. Much unlike that one-off filler from a few episodes back. This suck a dumb. But yeah. So, in the Precipice world with Ichigo and Rukia, Ichigo's like, shouldn't we hurry? What about the cleaner? And Rukia's like, no, it's destroyed. Don't worry about it. And that's when the cleaner shows up anyways. And Rukia's like, man, I didn't think it would come back this soon. Ichigo is asking her, well, how long did you think it would take to return?
It's never been destroyed before.
Well, upon running from it, Ichigo ends up dropping his substitute Soul Reaper pass. Sure, that's not going to do anything major later.
And because he's so concerned about conserving his spirit energy, he immediately goes Bankai.
And releases a Getsuga on the cleaner. But, yeah. Upon arriving in the Seirete, find out Byakuya, Renji, and Hitsugaya did return, and they're requesting Ichigo and Rukia to be arrested. Because they're material witnesses. Because Yamamoto's an idiot. You guys, Yamamoto, you know Ichigo just helped defeat Aizen, right? You're immediately just gonna suspect him right away.
Yeah, isn't that how it works?
Well, he issues a state of emergency, Ichimaru. Meanwhile, Ichigo and Rukia escape from captivity and knock out some one-off guards. And that's when they run into Ikaku and Renji.
Oh please, if there was a stray cat, it'd be a fucking state of emergency in Soul Society.
Well, yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. But hey, Renji's doing a deeper voice this time. That's strange. And, yeah, a fight breaks out between them. Surprisingly, we haven't gotten to see Renji versus Rukia outside of this, I don't think, have we?
Yes.
We get a little bit of a skirmish with Ikaku and Ichigo again. But it gets cucked because Yoruichi shows up to save them. And now it's time for the exposition. So you see, they were clones, or Reigai. Reigai are basically they're like mod souls, kind of, I guess.
They're like Gigas, except in reverse.
Yeah. And you place a soul candy into them that has the spiritual data of a Soul Reaper, and it basically has the exact same powers as them. Or somewhat even stronger, depending on the situation, because they always got to say that, right? To give artificial steak. Steak. But who knows what the Reigai are after? And who knows who's leading them? Totally not Inaba or Cam Clark. Definitely not.
Yes, it's only a matter of time before we find out.
You mean right now? As clone Izuru and Nanao arrive at Ichigo's house looking for Nozomi. And they even threaten to kick the shit out of Cone. Which is when Nozomi's like, fuck this, I'm out, and she runs away, starting a trend of what she's gonna do for the next several episodes.
She also hasn't really said anything outside of calling Cone a pervert.
I mean,
and she's not wrong.
You leave Cone alone. He is a beautiful butterfly lion.
Tell me he's not.
Oh, he most definitely is. But yeah. We also find out when Cone's trying to chase her down, she's able to use Keto, implying she might be a Soul Reaper. And yeah, she uses Keto to knock Cone back, because she wants to be left alone. Listening to too much MCR or something, because she's emo. But she ends up running into Inaba. And he's like, oh, you're gonna come back with me, Nozomi. I need you for my plans. And that's when Uryu shows up to get his time in the spotlight. And yeah, Uryu's fight doesn't go very well.
Yeah, it was very ill-timed.
I knew you were gonna do that. Here we go. So Uryu puts up a good fight, but Inaba has Zawado on his side. He uses his Zanpakuto, which, what the fuck is it? You say it's a cane?
It's a cane, it turns into a double-sided glaive thing.
You mean like Darth Maul? What, a double-bladed sword? Oh, that would've been cool. What? Come on. Anyway, he can use it to stop time, or manipulate time. Huh, I wonder if that's why the Precipice World's time has been so fucky lately.
Yeah. It's okay. He makes a bunch of time jokes.
Yep. You know, if this were made after Stardust Crusaders had come out, they totally would have done Zawado sound effects for his Zanpakuto freezing time. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Well, after Uryu jobs, Ichigo, Rukia, and Yoruichi arrive to the entrance of the Senkaimon in the Seirei Society. And Yoruichi agrees to offer distraction while Rukia and Ichigo rush through the gate. And now Yoruichi must face off against Byakuya, who shockers, it's clone Byakuya!
No way, you mean all the people who were sent there are clones? No way.
Yeah, I guess we do get a bit of a captain's meeting with Mayuri going on saying, I saw Ichigo's grin with my very own eyes. He was looking at me with a sinister grin as he fucked with me. Because that totally sounds like Ichigo. The fact that Yamamoto buys this is just perplexing.
Until you realize it's Yamamoto.
Yeah, Shunsui honestly doesn't. Shunsui suspects something's amiss. It's like, wait, that doesn't sound like Ichigo. I mean, oh yeah, and also the evidence they have against Ichigo is a substitute Soul Reaper pass that he dropped in the Precipice World. Which you find out Inaba planned on? You know what, it's more believable than Aizen's bullshit, even if it is still a little... okay, sure.
Really fucking dumb.
Anyway... So, Ichigo and Rukia escape to the world of the living. Meanwhile, Chad shows up to fight Inaba with Orihime, as Orihime tries to heal Uryu. And, well, I hope you guys aren't Chad fans anymore, because, once again, he jobs.
Yeah, he had his time in the spotlight.
Just like in the Hellverse movie. Chad is literally becoming as bad as the Visors with his win-to-loss ratio lately. What? It's true. So now Ichigo shows up, though, before things can get any worse. And things proceed to get worse as he jobs to Inaba. Because he's all out of time. That is literally a quote he says before using his power on Ichigo. You guys get it yet? He likes making time puns.
Yeah.
But before he can deal the finishing blow, real Renji, Hitsugaya, Byakuya, Kenpachi, and Mayuri appear. And a bunch of other real people too, I guess. Like really Kaku and friends.
And then we get and after this, we're about to get a really dumb scene.
Well, Inaba's forced to retreat. So he's like, oh, I'm not going to take everyone on at once. Not even I'm that crazy. So they all agree to regroup at
another time.
Yeah, they all agree to regroup at Urahara's shop, which is code for leave Nozomi here while we go cram ourselves into Ichigo's room.
You know, his shop has other rooms, like a whole entire underground basement for trading, right?
I don't get it either. I guess they did it for comedic effect.
You get to see what literally almost 70% of Soul Society would look like inside of Ichigo's bedroom.
Were they even able to sit?
I mean, they were also spaced far enough apart. It's like, how big is your fucking room then?
I mean, Rukia made a comment one of the Soul Society got, or Illustrated got the Soul Reapers, that she was getting furniture in his closet. Well, that's when Mayuri explains that Inaba wants something that's inside of Nozomi. MacGuffin! And that's when Ichigo says, no, I won't let that happen, ever again. I guess calling reference to the whole Rukia having a MacGuffin inside her all the way back in Soul Society's arc. Oh, we also get Inaba meeting with the clones and finding out what the clones really want. The clone Byakuya, like, they basically want to replace their originals with clone Byakuya, like, being, I'm the only head of the Kuchiki family. And clone Kenpachi saying, just shut the hell up and let me go fight myself already.
No, that checks out.
That is one of the most amazing lines. Anyway, Nozomi ends up running off after Koen agreed to watch over her. I told you guys this wasn't the last time that happened. Still not either. And yeah, upon her wanting to be alone, Koen's like, shit, what do I do? And that's when Rangiku shows up saying, don't worry, I've got this. Let me talk to her, okay? Koen's like, oh, sure, you've got this. Then he returns to Urahara's shop and Rangiku's there. How'd she get back so quickly? And Koen's a fucking idiot.
Koen's an idiot? No way.
I mean, to be fair, he does admit, he's like, damn it, how could I be so stupid?
Because you're Koen. Yeah.
Well, Nozomi is about to be abducted by fake Rangiku when Ichigo and company show up to save her. And they let clone Rangiku escape. Why? Wasn't there several of you? What?
No, because so you can point out how something really stupid happens later.
I know what you're talking about, and it's coming up in a little bit. I know what you're referring to. Yeah. Still got a little bit to get to first. So Nozomi returns to the shop. Her and Koen start becoming a little closer, and then she runs off again. Damn it! Why? We find out why, but still, it doesn't make it any less tedious. So Koen chases after her again. Meanwhile, fake Ikaku, Yumichika, and Shuhei show up to take on their originals. And Maurecchio's there too, and he's like, hey, it's 4-on-3. We originals have you outnumbered. And then some skinny or muscular guy shows up, right? He's muscular.
Yeah.
They're like, what? Who the hell is this weirdo? Well, Maurecchio, I guess he's all yours. And it turns out he's clone Maurecchio. Yeah. And even explains, like, well, when I wanted to be made, I didn't want your appearance. Your appearance is disgusting. I'm better in every conceivable way. Hell, when he calls out his Zonpop...
You act like you had a choice in being made.
I guess he had a choice in his appearance, maybe? I don't know. Maybe when they put him in a Reigai in the beginning, he's like, no, I don't want this. Please make me a second Reigai.
The whole point was replacing them and tricking the stupid Yamamoto.
Do you really think anyone would notice if Maurecchio were muscular now? No one cares about him.
Everyone cares about him. He's a big deal.
Well, Maurecchio and his clone both called to go get some booties on Pactos. And the clone's is much larger, and he makes comments saying, of course mine's bigger. Everything of mine is better. I really thought he was going to say bigger with that line. Because, of course, that's my degenerate mind. What?
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, Ikkaku and Yumichika fight their clones, and Yumichika's like, I can't harm such a beautiful face. It's my face, and it's gorgeous. So Yumichika proceeds to lose because the clone's like, I don't give a shit. Besides, there's something beautiful about my face covered in blood.
What?
Yeah, clone Yumichika's kind of insane. And Ikkaku loses because he refuses to go Bankai while his clone doesn't give a shit. Even though I'm pretty sure most of the people here know Ikkaku already had a Bankai, so it wouldn't really affected him much.
Ikkaku proceeds to be an idiot. That is the case.
But hey, Uryu arrives. Oh shit, we about to get Uryu versus Ikkaku and Yumichika? That'd be really cool. And they retreat. You cucked us out of a cool fight, you fuck. What, that would have been cool.
No, we can't have that. And I know how much you're gonna wish it happened with what's about to happen.
Well, first, Maurecchio and Shuhei take on their clones as a team. And, yeah, Maurecchio's clone, his Gogetsu booty, might be much bigger, but it's much slower too. And he's too stupid to realize that, which if you lose to the fat one who points that out to you, you deserve to job. So yeah, these two clones lose, but they don't die? What, did Shuhei and Maurecchio just not kill them and decide to let them go?
Yes.
Why?
So we can get the stupidity that's to come.
Well, next is Rangiku versus Fake Izuru, where we get Rangiku explaining that she knows how Wabisuke works. I haven't had to add one of these to the counter for a while. And that's when Izuru corrects her, saying, no, you're wrong, because my clone's Wabisuke makes things 10 times heavier with every strike, because it's stronger. And, yeah, he ends up using it on a bunch of debris and girders and shit that he ends up falling under, because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
And Rangiku, because she's not completely incompetent, ends up killing Fake Izuru. Good job, Rangiku. You actually did something instead of letting the clone get away to come back and hurt you again. And hey, now we have Rukia versus Fake Rukia, with the remix of Treachery playing for some reason.
And we get the full thing this time. Thus continuing the trend of Rukia fighting to Treachery in filler arcs, instead of it just being recap OST.
Well, Rukia and fake Rukia seem somewhat evenly matched, but fake Nemu arrives. Which... Did we ever see Nemu fight, really?
Not really.
Yeah, didn't you say she used drill hands or something?
That's the only thing we know about her.
Well, before fake Nemu can do any serious damage, real Nemu arrives and fists her clone, killing her. Meaning, Nemu and Rangiku are the only ones who've made logical sense in their fights so far. Oh, and I guess Rukia ends up losing her clone.
She makes a comment about her clone being physically stronger anyways.
Yeah.
But then we get
we're getting to that. Hold on, we're getting to that. Trust me.
No, we're getting to that right now.
Oh, I thought you talked about how the clone ends up losing in the end.
We're getting stage 1 question mark.
Okay, so Rangiku arrives. And her and Nemu were talking. Yes, really. You get Megan Hollingshead talking to herself again. And that's when fake Rukia strikes, taking out both of them. From behind, I guess?
Yeah.
Sure. I guess fake Rukia is like one of the most powerful fucking clones in existence.
Yes, they are.
We also cut back to Soul Society, where Shunsui's been doing some investigating, and he totally wasn't framed or anything, altering records in the Squad 12's Precipice World documents of who entered and left. Yeah, he wasn't framed. It's legit. Yeah, you all know what happened. Inaba basically forged records of Shinsui constantly entering the Precipice World, so he gets arrested for treason, because, yes, Yamamoto, someone who's been in your captain's garb for like 700 to 800 years that you've known their entire life. Just
like Aizen.
Aizen was nowhere near as long, though, and also I don't think Yamamoto physically trained him. It's implied he trained Shinsui.
Yeah. But he's nobody to him.
Only Ichimaru matters. Anyway, Ukitake shows up to bust Shunsui out of prison, and when he opens the jail cell, it turns out the Shunsui in prison was a clone! And he takes out the real Ukitake.
This plan is starting to sound dumber and dumber.
I mean, it was unexpected. It would throw off Ukitake. Also, we see Central 46, because Ukitake did try talking to them at first. They're like, once a decision is made, it cannot be reversed, because, yes, we've never fucked up and made mistakes before. Our system is not flawed.
Not in the slightest.
Anyway, fake Ukitake and fake Shunsui hatch a plan to assassinate Yamamoto.
Yeah,
but back in the world of the living, fake Renji takes on Chad. Which, I mean, this would be a cool fight, but it's Chad. You all know where this is going.
Yeah, he needs help from real Renji.
Yeah, the second fake Renji goes Bankai. That's it, it was over. Till real Renji shows up. And hey, this is a cool fight where they're forced to work together, I guess.
Again.
Yeah.
They already work together against the Sandman.
I know, but I'm talking about against an actual, like, a fake Renji. You just call him the Sandman?
Yes.
I miss CCW.
What am I supposed to call him?
I miss CCW, man.
No, you don't.
Especially that amazing revival they had back in 06.
Air quotes.
Okay. So yeah, Chad and Renji end up defeating the clone, which again, it was him and who was it that also did a deeper voice for the clone? Didn't Michelle Ruff try to win that too for hers?
A little bit.
Yeah, why didn't the other clones try to win that to differentiate them?
You forgot Lux Lang over there.
Oh yeah, he did too. Yeah.
He did a completely different voice
Yeah.
because he wasn't put
He
on
wasn't fat. He was fat.
Exactly. Because, you know, everyone does the same type of thing when they're voicing a fat person.
Yeah. That's why every one of Jamie Markey's roles sound the same. Oh wait, that's just... Never mind. They're just fat IRL. Anyway, back on track. So Nozomi, Conan ends up finding her after her running away for the third time. And thank fuck this is actually the last time. At least for this set, from what I can remember.
Yes, the last time. Put it in writing so chat can hold it against you.
Well, it turns out she's looking for a Senkaimon that will let her go off and be alone forever to escape from being pursued. Because she has a troubled past. It doesn't want to talk about it yet.
Oh god, here we go.
Yeah, we're here. So fake Rukia, Rangiku, Shuhei, Marechio, Ikaku, and Yumichika all show up to capture Nozomi. Obviously, Koen is no match. And that's when Ichigo arrives. Man, this is going to be one hell of a battle. Ichigo taking on all 6 of them? I can't wait to see how they manage to do that. Ichigo proceeds to murder the 6 of them like it's nothing and make them job in 10 seconds.
He kills them all with a single, unvisored, unbonkai'd Gatsuga.
I just... What the fuck? Look, this arc has had some silly, stupid things with Nozomi running off. Some of the planning being a little silly, but this is the one moment that actually legit did piss me off.
Bet you wish you had that Uryu fight now, aren't you?
Why? Why? Again, if Ichigo were in visored form, I might be able to buy him taking out a couple of them with his Getsuga like it's nothing. But all 6 of them at once in his standard Shikai form?
Especially the Rukia one, which is
and Ikaku, who had a Bankai. Like, remember, some of these are based on lieutenants. Shuhei, Rangiku, Marechio, as much as we want to meme Marechio, he is still a lieutenant. Ikaku has a Bankai. Rukia is apparently a super ultra clone. This moment was fucking stupid. This is the closest Ichigo gets to impersonating Rey from the sequel trilogy of Star Wars. What, did you think I wouldn't find a Star Wars reference to put in here? Look at the title of this thing, Die. I mean, the title of this session is literally Begun. The Reigai Wars Have.
Of course it is.
Anyway, upon that stupidity, Ichigo finally talks to Nozomi about never, living life alone and learning to rely on others. The theme of Bleach, except delivered very clumsily here.
Yeah. Seems like there's gonna be a trend with this arc.
Okay. Anyway, they all go back to Urahara's shop. Urahara agrees to help Byakuya and Hitsugaya and Kumamura, the dog man. And Kenpachi.
Yes, you need to specify that.
Well, he agrees to help them all get back to Soul Society. And he's like, don't worry, I made sure that nothing's going to be in the Precipice world. My calculations are almost perfect.
Something was in the Precipice world.
Thus, the dog man has to stay behind, letting the others go on ahead.
And like typical him, he immediately goes Bankai.
Well, upon arriving in the Seirei or Soul Society, they're like, okay, we need to get to Squad 12. That's where Inaba is, or Kagera's, whatever the fuck you want to call him. I just kept calling him Inaba because that name's shorter and easier.
You can just call him Cam Clark if you want to be even dumb.
A Ninja Turtle? Anyway.
Yeah, you're right, he's not British enough to be a snake.
I hope everyone gets that joke.
They won't.
Anyway. So, Upon arriving at Soul Society, Kenpachi's all like, I don't care, I'm rushing off to fight the person I want to fight. Me. So he immediately runs into his clone, and they have an epic fight in the rain. I mean, hey, is it not an epic fight if it's not in the rain?
Yes.
A fight in the rain makes everything more epic, and you know it. And Kenpachi's like, damn, I'm getting my ass kicked by me. I'm almost dying by me. Unlike when I fought Yami. Still not bitter about that.
Yami was a joke. But he still Kenpachi.
Well, Kenpachi's like, man, if I ended here, it's cool, I guess. I had a good fight. Until Yachiro yells for him, and he's like, no, I can't lose here. Nakama powers!
I want to live.
And he ends up defeating his clone, but being severely injured. We also cut to Unohana during this, and Isane doing some investigating of their own, which is when Inaba shows up to explain everything. You might have been smart enough to figure out everything, but it's too late. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you're wondering how I got everyone's spiritual pressure to put to the Reigais, every time someone went through the Senkai mode, I was able to copy down their thing. So, you know, that's all. Oh, and by the way, your Isane that's next to you is also a clone. Have fun with that. But before we could get back to that, Byakuya has to take on fake Hitsugaya. Oh hey, an actual unique fight that sounds really cool. And for once the arc doesn't fuck it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say about the Reggie versus Reggie one. If they're gonna do clones, at least make them fight other people.
Yeah,
fighting themselves is just redundant.
Kenpachi versus Kenpachi is forgivable because it's fucking Kenpachi. You knew that's where they were gonna go.
Yeah. All the other ones, it's like, oh, you make a Reggie fight Renji.
Yeah, Chad versus fake Renji would have been fine. I would have accepted that. Till real Renji showed up. So I guess at least that's somewhat different, but you also have Rukia versus Rukia. I mean, I guess you had Rangiku versus fake Izuru.
Exactly. If it was more like that, it wouldn't be an issue.
I mean, we're starting to get more like that, at least, based on where we're going now. But yeah, so, it ends up leading to, Hitsugaya using that flower move he used on Holly Bell. But of course it's... Oh no. Fucking pussy. Which is when Byakuya also uses flowers. But yeah, so Byakuya manages to escape, and he's like, if I had acted a second later, you would have had me. But unfortunately, I'm not a bitch. Oh, and also I'm using the Gotei version of my Bankai. What are the swords that are going to come at you from every single direction? The technique I should have used on Ichigo all that time ago, but... Shut up!
But it didn't exist.
Anyway, he ends up killing fake Hitsugaya. Which, fake Hitsugaya also explains his motivation is he has someone he wants to protect, and he'll go to any means necessary to do it. With Byakuya saying the exact same thing, saying, but I would never give up my morality to do so. Oh hey, it actually making relevant sense with them relating to each other. With Byakuya for Rukia and Hitsugaya for, someone who keeps getting stabbed.
And deservingly so.
Again, this was one of the high points of the arc so far, because it worked really well. Anyway, back to Unohana. Clone Unohana shows up. And that's when real Unohana uses a Kido to distract her clone and fake best girl Isane.
Right, those are some words you just said.
And back in the world of the living, Nozomi, turns out, can use some of her Kido to stabilize Ichigo's spiritual pressure for a little longer. Because as you know, we still have a lot of arc left to cover. Can't have the main character unable to fight for the rest of it.
Yeah. And Ichigo loves wasting it by immediately going Bankai in a lot of these situations. Except for his OP Getsuga that killed all the clones.
That part was so dumb, why? So Ichigo eventually talks Urahara into letting him rush to Soul Society. It's like, I need to go there, man. I'm the main character. And, yeah. Also during this time, Nozomi and Kon are starting to become closer as they're developing that relationship. Even if the first half of it was just her running away and Kon pursuing her. Damn it, couldn't you guys have done that a little better? Whatever, at least the arc seems like it's starting to find its footing now, I guess, a few episodes in. Back at Soul Society, Kenpachi ends up running into Clone Soy Phone. Do you think she's just as in love with Yoruichi as the real one?
Is that even a question?
You know, if they had a fight over who loved Yoruichi more, the real Soy Phone and the fake one, I'd accept that clone fight too. Because it would be so stupid. Anyway, fake Soy Phone uses the Stealth Force guards to attack Kenpachi, thinking that would realistically be enough to stop him, proving she's kind of an idiot.
No, that checks out.
But before her and Kenpachi can actually get down to a real fight after he murks all the guards, the Dog Man arrives, which I think is hilarious this whole time. Inaba is like, huh, one of the captains is dead. I killed one of them in the Precipice World. Because he assumed Kumamura was dead. Yeah, sure.
He makes it. He assumes a lot, doesn't he?
Well, Kumamura ends up cucking Kenpachi. Kenpachi's like, no, I'm fighting her. And Kumamura goes, don't worry. I'll be fine. You can go on ahead. Did you hear me? Yeah, so I'll fight Soy Phone. And Kenpachi keeps getting pissed off. But hey, we're getting Kumamura versus Soy Phone. Again, another fight that actually works. As Kenpachi rushes on ahead to go to Squad 12 to find Inaba. Meanwhile, Hitsugaya runs into fake Momo.
Oh no.
So, Hitsugaya can't bring himself to stab her, especially when she says the line, can you bring yourself to stab me all over again? I mean, I think this part of it actually works, making him drop his guard like that, because of course Hitsugaya would feel guilty and emo about that. I mean, you saw how angry he was. He even got his arm cut off after that. Anyway...
That'll grow back.
Real Momo shows up to take on the fake Momo, until it turns out they were both fake the whole time and both attack Hitsugaya.
It's so stupid.
Hey, I'll just take the fact that it's at least different, because the first time I saw this, I was like, oh, they're really doing the, no, I'm the real one, pick Hitsugaya thing, but no, they at least did something different with it.
Out of all the people to clone, you waste your time doing Momo twice. You really deserve to fail.
The Momo clone did explain Inaba planned on Hitsugaya not being able to strike back against either Momo because of Hitsugaya's guilt. One of the few things that made sense with him.
I should stab them both. They both deserved it.
Well, Yoruichi shows up using the Shunko, killing both Momos, and both Momos admitting they were jealous of the real Momo because of Hitsugaya's affection.
This just sounds stupid.
Well, you know the clone's motivation. It checks out. Want to replace the real ones.
It doesn't make it sound any less silly.
Anyway, a fight set up between Byakuya and fake Byakuya. We knew this was coming, to be honest. And real Byakuya is still heavily injured from the Hitsugaya fight, so there's actual stakes here. Because shit, how's Byakuya gonna get out of this situation? No, I'm serious, I honestly can't remember. It's been too long since I've seen this arc. So, guess we'll find out together.
By being Byakuya.
Oh, also during this, figured I'd bring this up now. Shunsui and Ukitake, the fake ones, try attacking Yamamoto, but he doesn't fall for it, and ends up fighting them this whole time. And it keeps cutting back to them and their fight for like 4 episodes.
And they're doing so poorly that they need to keep getting healed.
Yeah, because the fake Unohana shows up to heal them every time they get injured, which is just slowly wearing down Yamamoto because his attacks are getting weaker and weaker. But yeah, otherwise they would have been dead like 10 times over. Because Yamamoto's like, even though I have one arm, I'm still way stronger than either of you. But yeah, so that fight's still going on, but it seems like Yamamoto's on the losing end, probably going to lose soon. And that's when Ichigo arrives and gets ambushed by Inaba, which means once again we have a Ninja Turtle taking on a Power Ranger. What, how often are we going to be able to say that? You bring up the next mutation crossover with Power Rangers in space and slapping you.
I don't have to, because you did.
Anyway, Inaba explains that because Ichigo is, you know, Hollow, Soul Reaper, a bunch of other shit, etc., like, he doesn't even know what the fuck, he can't clone Ichigo, and that makes him an anomaly that must die, because he can't predict his actions or do anything about it. So he uses Zawado and forces Ichigo back into the Precipice world, where the current is gonna sweep up Ichigo. And he's presumed dead by everyone. Yes, they're going to kill off the protag in a filler arc. I believe this.
Believe it.
Anyway, back to Kumamura versus fake Soy Phone. I was trying to say Soy Phone at the same time.
Oh, is that your ship name for them?
Yes! Woof. Oh, yeah, Yachido, by the way, when running off, calls Kumamura Bow Wow. Say good luck, Bow Wow! Before their fight broke out. I guess that's her nickname for him. So I'm gonna call him Bow Wow from now on.
I'm pretty sure she used it before. Especially one of those illustrated guides.
Well, Soy Phone is much faster than Kumamura. Again, this is another fight that actually works really well. Because it's actually a different fight for once. And it ends up building up to where they're both injured enough where Kumamura's like, I took out your speed. That means now my strength can actually hit you, Bankai. And then Soy Phone's like, I got a powerful attack too. Because bitches love cannons. And then she goes Bankai. And hey, even Clone Soy Phone remarks about how she hates using that Bankai.
Where's a rocket launcher?
And, yeah, they both end up hitting each other with their Bankais. Fake Soy Phone ends up dying, and Kumamura can barely move. Shit's looking bleak, man.
This is... And another reason I keep saying they need to have different people fight is because, well... The Sanpokto arc.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna get to that. We're about done, actually, because it ends... The current episode we just finished ends with Byakuya and fake Byakuya both going Bankai at the same time and saying in unison, there can only be one head of the Kuchiki clan, and that's me. And... yeah. I mean, this arc had a rocky start in places, but honestly, it's okay. The only issue the big issue is fucking Ichigo shit. I can overlook some of the clone versus clone things, even though I wish they wouldn't do that. But Ichigo taking out 6 clones was bullshit. There's no excuse for that. It's like the writing staff got bored of the lieutenant's clones and wanted to get rid of them as quickly as possible.
Yeah, which is why they kept 2 Momos.
Hey, I mean, your whole thing came true.
He wasted his energy on... He wasted his resources to make Momo twice. Just think about it.
Yeah. Again, that moment might be silly, but it does check out for Hitsugai's character. He's always been vulnerable when it comes to Momo. Despite Momo being fucking psychotic, and he probably should just cut his losses and quit at this point.
He should definitely cut her again.
What the fuck is wrong with you people? But yes, contact Inaba if you want to order your very own Momo, because apparently he's manufacturing them by the dozens.
With authentic stabbing action, you too can stab your own Momo today.
Any animation fuck-ups?
No.
And the OP, so far as it's spoiled anything.
I mean, I wouldn't know what had spoiled. I watched it the one time.
Well, I guess we'll find out, but... Yeah. It's at least an okay opening. I don't mind the song.
I mean, the opening implies there's gonna be different fights than there were.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. So, Chad and Uryu are fine, even though they should still be injured slightly, especially because Chad had multiple fights. Yet,
Rangiku...
Yeah, Rangiku, Nemu, Ikaku, Yumichika, and Shuhei and Marechio are all injured, and like they're out of it. And they said they're recovering in the next room or something. It's like, how fucked up were they? No, seriously, how fucked up were they? And if they wanted to write them out of the arc, they could have done it a better way. Like Urahara could have just said, "No, I'm sending Ichigo ahead. The rest of you need to stay here to protect Nozomi while he's gone." That's it. That's all he had to say. Because, I mean, they have Orihime there, who literally has the ability to revive people, as we've seen at this point. I mean, I guess she only did it the one time with Ichigo.
She tried to do it.
Yeah, so she can heal injuries at the very least. So
she can make you regrow lost limbs. Say hello to Grimjow over there.
Yeah, so I don't get it. Anyway, Nozomi being standoffish, fine. It seems like she's finally opening up now and actually becoming a character, rather than just calling Kon a perv repeatedly.
Which she still does.
Oh yeah, she called Ichigo a perv too, when Ichigo saved her. And it's like, hey, I'm not a perv, and she goes, you're both pervs. And Kon makes a comment saying at least he's proud of his perviness. Or at least he can admit he's a perv. Damn it, Kon. Anyway. So, yeah. Before judging this arc fully on everything, we'll wait till we finish it. So far, it has issues, but as of right now, I still prefer it to the new Captain's arc. At least it has more of a focus.
And its shoes are much cleaner than the next arcs.
And, I don't know, Inaba, he's obviously somewhat generic, because he wants to surpass Mayuri. We find that out. He's like, I respect Mayuri more than anything. In fact, I might love him. His mind is brilliant. But I'm going to prove that I am smartest man ever.
Yeah.
At least it's something of a motivation, and also, he's not afraid to get his hands dirty as an antag. That was one of the things with the new Captain's arc that was annoying. You know, with Kami, as we kept calling him. Kami's the cum monkey. He just sat there and complained and moaned about how things weren't going his way. And didn't do anything proactively.
Then he got his face stapled.
Yeah, Inaba, his ability is also somewhat unique so far. Sawado. At least unique in the world of Bleach. If it is, what are you talking about? There's lots of people that could use time. We made it Bleach.
For now.
Anyway. Coming up next will be 328 to 342. The end of this Reigai arc.
Then the real main event begins.
Oh, don't spoil it. They haven't, it's for people who haven't seen it yet, they'll see. But first we gotta wrap up the Reigai arc. Which, honestly, the second half of the arc I do remember more of, and I remember it being alright, so we'll see. The first half I honestly didn't remember much of, which might explain why I didn't remember Ichigo literally becoming a fucking Gary Stew for 2 seconds and killing 6 people. Yes, I'm gonna keep harping on that. That was dumb.
It was highly intelligible.
Remember, Yodoichi said these clones are allegedly potentially stronger than the originals. Press X to doubt on that.
Well, she says a lot of things.
Anyway, as far as MVP for this set, well, I'm giving it to Quentin Go Fuck Yourself Blizzard Flynn. Because seriously...
That's a weird name.
Well, look at all the one-off fillers he had to do, and, I mean, his deliveries of him playing off Nozomi, he did a good job with that. Especially since he had to carry every scene, because Nozomi is more or less not very talkative.
She knows the word perv. That's about it.
And she seems somewhat tsundere towards Cone. And I was like, don't you mean tsundere? I'm pronouncing it the way TTS does. But alright, let us know what you thought of the first half of this. And we'll be back with the second half soon.
Afterwards, the real show begins.
I don't know, maybe you agree with us. Or maybe you liked Ichigo murking 6 clones like it's nothing. I don't know why you would. It kind of cut us out of a lot of cool potential fights we could have gotten.
Yeah. So much for Uryu being the main focus of the credits.
Wait, he is?
Pretty much. He's in like he's in the credits for like over 60%.
What is with Yoruichi's previews talking about stripping repeatedly, about planned sex appeal? She did that last set too, and in this one.
Because it's her, shut up. You should know who they are by now.
Yoruichi fanbase, am I right?
Yeah, that checks out for them.
Anyways, first checks on anymore. Oh yeah, out of here. Thanks again so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and have a good day and all that. Till next time, guys. Alright, Maru!